Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Striaton City, where today the Snowpoint Frost are going to be challenging the Striaton Spring. The Frost are going to start out with Arctivish and Cryogonal today, whereas the Striaton Spring are going to be starting out with the Holland Grass Starter, Sceptile and Delmise. Now let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today, the Striaton Spring or the Snowpoint Frost. Sceptile is going to start out with that speed advantage. It's going to go with a Crunch. This could leave a Pokemon to flinch. Going straight for Arctivish. Cryogonal is going to follow up for the Snowpoint Frost here. It's going to go with the Nightshade, but goes for Delmise. This will be super effective. Instead it chooses to go for Sceptile though. Delmise is Ghost Grass type. Arctivish goes with the Venoshock. Also going for Sceptile with that super effective move. Almost takes Sceptile down into the red. Sceptile is still holding on though. Delmise now is going to go with the triple kick. This will be super effective. Gets one hit on Arctivish. Gets two. That second one's surely a critical hit, and it is. Gets the third kick. Takes Arctivish down into the red with that super effective move. Now, as always, this is a 6-on-6 Metronome battle, and if we hit that 20-minute time limit, we will go into single battle overtime. And the Striaton Spring have been there 3 times this season. They know what overtime feels like, as Aura Sphere comes from Sceptile, and this should finish off Arctivish. And it does. Arctivish has been taken down with that super effective hit. Very good teamwork by Delmise and Sceptile get that first elimination of the battle. Cryogonal now is going to go with a Thunder Punch. Continuing to target Sceptile. Sceptile's taken down into the red with that not very effective move. Now Delmise is going to ride that Surf. He's going to hit everyone on the field. And it'll take down Sceptile. Delmise has eliminated its own teammate. So that's 2 Pokemon eliminated in that one turn. Terribly for the Striaton Spring. They took down their own teammate. As we have Serena coming out for the Striaton Spring and Glaceon coming out for the Snowpoint Frost. Now Snowpoint Frost actually got their second win of the season last week. And what it did, they beat the Saffron Psychics and they're now in 17th place. They've been in 18th place for so long this season. They want to continue that momentum today as we get a Scald coming from Cryogonal on the Serena. It's not very effective and doesn't leave Serena with the burn. Serena now is going to go with the Swift. It's going to hit both Cryogonal and Glaceon. Now the Evolution's going for its first move of the matchup. It's going to go with the Baby Doll Eyes, so it doesn't go for an offensive attack. Instead, it's going to lower the stats of Delmise here. Delmise having its attack stat lowered. Delmise now goes for a Luster Purge. Targeting Glaceon. Clearly not very happy with those Baby Doll Eyes. Glaceon's going to have its special defense lowered thanks to that. Now Striaton and Spring have actually lost their last 3 games and they've dropped down to 8th. They were sitting 2nd place. So now they've dropped down to 8th and they're just clinging on to staying in the top 8. It's only thanks to those overtime games that they've actually stayed in the 8 because their percentage would have dropped them lower. Now Toxic from Cryogonal onto Delmise will leave Delmise badly poisoned. We'll see Delmise be taking damage from that in between turns as we get a Sludge from Serena. Targeting Glaceon here. Takes Glaceon down into the yellow. The Evolution with the opportunity to respond. It's going to go with an Iron Tail, but Delmise avoids that attack. And now Delmise is going to go with the Revenge. Clearly very unhappy with what happened. It targets Glaceon and almost eliminates that Evolution. It just clings on, and there's Delmise taking damage thanks to that poisoning. So as I said, the Snowpoint Frost will not be making the Grand Trials at the end of the season. They have no chance now, but they can make it very hard for other sides. As Cryogonal goes with an Avalanche onto Delmise. Super effective move, takes it down into the yellow. So Frost can make it very hard for the Spring to make the 8. We get a Blue Flare now coming from Serena. And Glaceon will be eliminated with that super effective hit. So the Striaton Spring are doing everything they need to do to make sure they win today because they do not want to drop out of the top 8 this close to the trials. Smog now coming from Delmise. Targeting Cryogonal as it's the only Pokemon on the side of the Frost at the moment. As Delmise continues to take damage from that poisoning. Fourth Pokemon now coming out for the Snowpoint Frost, and it's their #1 draft pick, Vanillux. Vanillux with that Snow Warning is going to cause it to hail on the field. So Nidorino and Dhelmise will be taking damage from that in between turns. Cryogonal and Vanilluxe will be unaffected by it. Now Cryogonal is going to go with the Sleep Powder, but that doesn't affect Serena. Now Vanilluxe with its opportunity. It's going to go with the Misty Terrain, so it's going to be hailing over the Misty Terrain here. That speed advantage massively being on the side of the Snowpoint Frost as we get a Bolt Beat coming from Serena. Going for a Cryogonal who takes massive damage from that move, taking it down into the red. Now we get a Hurricane being set up by Dhelmise, but Cryogonal avoids that attack, which keeps it in the battle for at least another turn as Dhelmise and Serena take damage from the hail and Dhelmise takes more damage from that poisoning. You have to think this is going to be Dhelmise's last turn in this matchup. Cryogonal now. Quickest Pokemon on the side of the Snowpoint Frost goes for the Spore, but that doesn't affect Dhelmise either. They really want to put these grass types to sleep with moves that they're immune to. As we get a Gyro Ball coming from Vanilluxe, going straight for Dhelmise, and it doesn't even get the job done. So Dhelmise is still holding on. Serena goes with the Flower Shield here. It's going to boost the defenses of both Serena and Dhelmise, but Dhelmise, its stats being boosted are inconsequential now because that Toxic will take care of business. As Dhelmise uses Conversion too, so it won't go for an offensive attack and try to take down Cryogonal in its last turn. Dhelmise's type will change to Fire. Serena and Dhelmise will take damage from the Hail, and it's actually the Hail that gets to Dhelmise in the end, not even the Poisoning. These things are now all leveled up with 4 Pokemon remaining for both sides, and it's Blossom coming out for the Striaton Spring. Blossom was drafted over Vileplume heading into the first season of the Elite Challenge League. And Cryogonal's going to go with a Payday. We're going to see these coins scatter all over the field, targeting Serena there. Vanilluxe. It's going to go with a Thundershock. Welcoming Blossom to the field. Not very effective, and Blossom doesn't get paralyzed by that attack. Now Serena's going to go for the Earthquake. Cryogonal's got that Levitate, so Cryogonal's going to survive this attack as well. This is even going to hit Blossom though. And Blossom's going to go for its first move of the matchup. And it's going to go for a Drill Run. Going for Vanilluxe there, takes it down into the yellow. Serena and Blossom are both going to be hit by that hail still coming down on the field. Cryogonal's still holding on in this matchup, and it's going to go for a Revenge here. Targeting Serena doesn't do a great deal of damage, however. Vanilluxe goes for the Court Change, but that will fail. Serena sets up the Roar. And Cryogonal is actually going to get a break and go back to the bench. Don't be confused, it's still hanging into this battle. It just hasn't been eliminated as Lapras is dragged out to the Snowpoint Frost. Amnesia being performed by Blossom. It's going to boost its defenses here. That special defense gets a sharp boost. As that hail's still coming down on the field, which has been very beneficial for the Snowpoint Frost so far. And Vanilluxe, the #1 draft pick for the Snowpoint Frost. And Lapras was #2 as Vanilluxe goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Hits both Serena and Blossom. Water Pulse now being performed by Serena. Going to target Lapras, who is a part Water type, so it's not very effective. And Lapras now goes for the Solar Blade. Now this won't be very effective when it hits the Grass types, but as a 2-turn move, it's going to spend this turn setting up for the Solar Blade and go for that attack in the next turn. Waterfall now being performed by Blossom. And again they go for the Water Ice Pokemon Lapras. That hail now finally stops coming over the field, and that mist will disappear as well. Vanillix now is going to go for the double hit. Taking Blossom down into the yellow with that first hit. Very decent second hit as well. Lapras could capitalize on this. But first, Serena is going to get her turn to set up her move and goes for the Prismatic Laser. Goes for Vanillix and gets the elimination. So Vanillix has been taken down by Serena. A very good elimination there by the Grass type as that Solar Blade comes from Lapras and goes for Blossom. And Blossom holds on after that not very effective move. Barely though, as Blossom has the opportunity to target Lapras and goes for a head smash. This is going to get recoil damage though. A very big hit and Lapras just hangs on after that super effective move, but Blossom is eliminated because of that recoil damage. So that is now 3 Pokemon down on both sides as Cryogonal comes back out for the Snowpoint Frost. Cryogonal's in the red, so it's still hanging on there. As Exeggutor, in its Alolan form, comes out for the Striaton Spring. Exeggutor is a Grass Dragon type, so it is very vulnerable to Ice type attacks. We get a Heat Wave now coming from Cryogonal. Hits both Exeggutor and finishes off Serena, so Serena is eliminated by that super effective move. Which means the Snowpoint Frost have just taken the lead. Lapras has an opportunity to capitalize on this. Goes for the Fury Swipes. Exeggutor avoids that attack. Now Exeggutor is going to go with the Magic Room. This is going to prevent the effects of everyone's Leopard Berries. And a Abomasnow is the final Pokemon for the Striaton Spring to come out onto the field. Now, if Abomasnow had been hit by that Heat Wave, you have to think Abomasnow would have been eliminated. Cryogonal now. It's going to go with the Magic Powder. It doesn't affect Abomasnow, though. That's speed. Definitely going to the side of Snowpoint Frost. As Hydro Pump from Lapras goes for Abomasnow. Oh, apologies, does not go for Abomasnow. Goes for Exeggutor. It's not very effective. Now, Abomasnow could have actually been drafted to the Snowpoint Frost being a part Ice type, and it goes for an Ice Fang onto Lapras, and Lapras is still holding on. Oh, wow, I thought that was going to get the elimination, even though it wasn't very effective. Exeggutor is going to go for the Oblivion Wing, though. Whoever this hits will be eliminated, surely. And it goes for Cryogonal, and Cryogonal has finally been taken out of this matchup after over 12 minutes it lasted. Even with that spell on the bench, it performed very well. So it's all level now. 2 Pokemon remaining for both sides. The last Pokemon now for the Snowpoint Frost is coming out. And it's Cloyster, another Water Ice type. Cloyster's got a massive defense stat of 180. And it's going to go for a Fissure as its first move, and it's going to connect, and it goes for Abomasnow, and Abomasnow, it is a one-hit KO, it's a one-hit wonder. Abomasnow is eliminated by Cloyster with an amazing Fissure attack, which means Snowpoint Frost have a huge advantage to target Exeggutor here, as it is going to receive Soak from Lapras, so its type's going to be changed to Water here. That could be very beneficial for the Snowpoint Frost. Sunny Day now being performed by Exeggutor, so if we see something like a Solar Blade or a Solar Beam, that will be a one-turn move. That Sunlight's going to turn harsh as well. Cloyster's going to go for the Mist Ball. Decent hit on Exeggutor there, taking it down into the yellow. Lapras has an opportunity to follow up. And it goes for the Draco Meteor, but Exeggutor avoids that attack. Stun Spore now coming from Exeggutor. It's going to go for Lapras, so Lapras is going to be slowed down by that paralysis. And Lapras is still holding on here. If it takes any damage at all, it will be eliminated. It has the minimalist threads of health left. As Cloyster goes for the Crush Grip. Chipping away there at Exeggutor. Exeggutor is now quicker than Lapras though. It needs to take down the Water Ice type. It goes with the Metal Sound, so it's not going for an offensive move. It does target Lapras, however, so Lapras is going to have its special defense lowered. Lapras could get the elimination though. It is its opportunity. It goes with an Aura Sphere. We saw this as the very first elimination of the match, And it's the very last elimination of the match. The Snowpoint Frost get the victory with the elimination of Exeggutor there. I can't believe Lapras held on for so long. But here's that first Aura Sphere of the matchup, taking down Arctivish from Sceptile. And it was Lapras taking down Exeggutor on the opposing side to finish it. This Surf from Dhelmise was very unfortunate, taking out Sceptile as well. But the Snowpoint Frost have gotten their second win in a row of the season. That is amazing. Well done to them. It is very unfortunate for the Striaton Spring, though. That is not what they need. They could slip out of the top 8 with this loss. This is a 4 in a row for them. So they are going completely in the wrong direction. And next week, they're going to Hearthome City to face the Haunts, which is a very big task, as the Hearthome Haunts have been sitting second comfortably for some time now. So Striaton Spring need to bring their A game when they face the Ghost types. Whereas the Snowpoint Frost, well done to them. They will not make the trials at the end of the season, but they have just made it harder for the Striaton Spring. And next week, they're going to be hosting the Battling Angels, who have had a very up and down season, and the Snowpoint Frost could ruin it entirely for them if they keep up this performance. And very well done as well by Cryogonal to last so long in this battle, getting taken down by Exeggutor with that Oblivion Wing. But that one-hit KO, Cloyster immediately came in and made a huge impact in this battle, taking out a Bomber Snow. Unbelievable. Love seeing a one-hit KO move. That Fissure, fantastic. One-hit KO, one-hit wonder. And Lapras finishing off Exeggutor with that Aura Sphere that started the matchup. But Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, leave a like, share, subscribe. But more importantly, always remember you are awesome, and I will speak to you next time.